I don't think I'm asking for much. Today is Saturday. Tuesday this game comes out, and I still haven't gotten a decisive, clear answer to whether or not we're going to be able to play certain modes offline. By the way, I wasn't really thrilled about going back into that window, but I forgot the diffuser and I need it for the second bomb. I'm not sure who's shooting me. But anyways, yeah, I just want to know if there's going to be a possibility of getting some answers before the game releases. Because there's some people that actually do care, they actually do want this information. You know, the people that don't have their heads stuck up their asses, don't enjoy giving wide berths, and so on. And it's not like gamers can't get enough of these online only experiences, okay? There has not been an increase in demand, let's put it that way. But we have seen a spike when it comes to supply. And unfortunately, Ubisoft, you have already shown us that you're more than willing to put that kind of a system into your video games. A quick example is The Crew. So yes, I am worried you're going to do it again here. I am worried that you're not going to be able to play single player, that you might not be able to play Terrorist Hunt offline. And if that's the case, well, I would just like to know. Therefore, I will not go ahead and buy this game. Do you remember the kind of backlash that Microsoft got when it was to be believed that they would implement this DRM always online type of functionality within their consoles? Technically speaking, hardware and software, two different things, but you have to understand here that essentially we just don't have consoles that demand this kind of always online connectivity. But we have publishers that want to have this kind of functionality, that we're not going to be able to play certain modes or sometimes the entire game unless we have network connectivity. Can you kind of see how that's a little bit strange? That you guys and gals will get really upset because it was a console thing, but the rate that we're heading is going to also end up being a video game thing. It wouldn't matter in about a year from now whether or not the consoles are always online or not, because again, the rate we're heading, the games are going to call for that kind of functionality, that kind of connectivity. So I just really wish people would have the same kind of disdain, have the same kind of passion they did, when that stuff was announced with Microsoft, because you guys would be making all the difference. We would see less and less of these kinds of games if we weren't collectively buying them. And by the way, I understand when it comes to what Microsoft was trying to do, that was a lot worse. Okay, there were going to be more ramifications for the consumer. I'm not trying to compare them. I'm just trying to make an example on how these two things are very similar. The only difference is the consoles aren't demanding this kind of thing, but the publishers are certainly going out of their way to offer it, and we all know why. When it comes to Tom Clancy games, when it comes to Rainbow Six, let me tell you something. I'm in that small percentage of fanatics that just completely adore these games. But sadly, I have to stick to my guns here. I just can't support this any longer. I only wish that YouTubers that actually made a difference and had some sort of an influence would do the same. Maybe we might actually get somewhere, but it's because everyone's dying to cover every single game and just be on top of the net. I understand that, I get that, you want to be current and everything else, but I don't know, it just gets to a point where I need to put my foot down, and I said I would not support this any longer, so what good would my word be going forward if I just went ahead and bought this anyway? So if I don't get that information prior to release, I'm going to wait for that information, and if it's not there, I will gladly go ahead and buy the game. For those that don't get it or understand how this impacts your game, take a look at the screen. Pretend you're playing Lone Wolf Terrorist Hunt on realistic mode. Okay? The bomb's counting down, you're about to get the second one defused. It's getting really tense, and then this happens. That's how it affects your game. Anyways, take it easy, be safe, and I love you all.